Up next is our last speaker, Lawrence, a junior who will be telling us why superheroes matter. So, enjoy.
Thanks, Alan. So, when I was little, I thought my dad was Batman until about 5 minutes ago. And as evidenced by my excellent 5th grade birthday party invitation, not 5th grade, 5 years old. This is going really well. And so there's reason for that. He's 6'4", he has black hair, he had a cool car with Batman floor mats in it. And there was a room in our house that we could not go into. It was a wine cellar, but it could have been a bat cave. And to top this all off, when I was about 6 or 7, he came into my room, and my parents were going into a Halloween party, dressed as Batman and Batgirl. And the costume, as you can see, had those awesome wings, and the wings were connected to rods in his arm. So he walked into my room, went, whoosh, I'm Batman. And 6-year-old me went, I freaking knew it! And then I told all my friends, which is not what you're supposed to do when your dad is a superhero, so then I wasn't allowed to be Robin or see the Batcave, which was creative by him. I gotta give him credit. This also made me want to dress up as Batman for the next 4 or 5 Halloweens. The same costume every year. It really looked great by the time I was 12. It also made me have a love and a deep appreciation for superheroes, but not everyone really has the same feelings that I do, including my sister, who never let me watch any of the cartoons I wanted to on Saturday. I had to watch these horrendous shows because she was bigger than me for probably the last time. But so this talk today is sort of educate all those people who oppressed their younger siblings and didn't let them watch really great TV shows. It's really deep and emotional. So the first reason is that superheroes, they give us goals and something to strive for. They show us essentially the perfect model and what we can be. And no one really embodies that better than Superman. But he wasn't always like this. When Superman was first created in 1938 by 2 guys in Ohio, he could leap tall buildings in a single bound, run faster than a speeding bullet, and was a little bit stronger than a regular guy. That's about it. Since then, he has evolved into a near godlike figure who at one point in the mid-80s could think up new powers on the spot and could pull a solar system by attaching a rope through a bunch of planets. So pretty different than 1938. But he's evolved this way for a reason. He's evolved this way to show us that to sort of never be satisfied with who we are, and we can always make ourselves and the world a better place. That's why Superman is one of the greatest heroes, the greatest hero, Miss McDonough, in the world. But my favorite hero is Batman for a different reason. So Batman, as anyone who's seen any Batman movie knows, his parents were killed in front of him when he was a little kid. And this sort of broke him, it hardened him, and it made him into sort of a shell of a man. And he keeps himself together by protecting his city and making sure that what happened to him doesn't happen to anyone else ever. But unlike Superman, Batman has no powers. Aside from being really intelligent and having pretty great ninja training, he's a rich kid with issues. And a cape, which never hurts. But Batman teaches us that it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you end up. And he has a chip on his shoulder just like every other superhero. But he doesn't let the fact that he has no powers keep him down. He keeps fighting and he keeps making himself into a better person. So that's why Batman's great. Doesn't matter where you start. Another reason that superheroes are great is that they give us hope that the world's never really that bad and everything's gonna get better. And this doesn't really matter for most of us in the audience because we're doing pretty well. But for a lot of kids, especially in pediatric hospital units, they're dealing with some pretty rough stuff. So what people do is they dress up as superheroes and go in and sort of thank the kids for giving them the strength to keep fighting. And it makes the kids it makes them so happy, and it gives them the faith and hope and strength to keep going through whatever they're dealing with, whatever bad hand they've been dealt. And it's really it's amazing to see what these fictional characters can do. The nurses also do a small part in this, where they put the kids' little medicine IV thing in a box with a Superman or superhero logo on the outside, and it does the same thing. It lets the kids feel close to their heroes and lets the kids feel that they're fighting, they're making the world a better place too, and it gives them strength, which is really great when these kids are just sort of confined to a room for most of the day. Another thing that superheroes do is they teach us to respect and love the modern day heroes we have, like firefighters, soldiers, and police officers. That's why the most commonly bought costumes for little kids are firefighters, soldiers, and police officers, and superheroes. And they don't seem that similar. I mean, they all wear uniforms, though not spandex. That's more of a personal choice, though. But they're all making the world a better place, and they're all there to save us, which is really great because, you know, I thought my dad was Batman, and that made me want to be a better person. Even though I was 6, there wasn't much I could do, but I really wanted to be like my dad, who I apparently saw every Saturday watching cartoons, and he was saving the world, so I want to save the world. He was making the world a better place, so did I. And it made me want to be a better person, so even though superheroes aren't real, so far, they're still affecting the real world in every way possible, and you know, that's why I wanted to give this talk. So thank you guys for listening.